सुपर 93.5 रेड एफएम पे मैं हूं कबीर एंड यस आपके लिए हम लोग बहुत सारे लोग लाते रहते हैं बट आई हैव समबडी who's quite a legend according to a lot of people. Let me present to you Mr. Hahn. He's here. Alright, so Mr. Hahn, all the way in India. How does it feel, first of all, that you are in India? First time in India?
Feels really good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Coming back to, first of all, the fact that are you performing in India, right? Because, you know, all the people who are out there watching you, like, who are like, you know, the fans of Mr. Hahn, fans of Linkin Park, they're like, dude, what is he doing in India?
Yeah. Well, I performed last night at the senior center.
Okay.
And it wasn't really well promoted.
Okay.
So they're saying that I need to come back and have it actually promoted.
And
again.
20% you need to do that. We are at Shangri-La in New Delhi, by the way, guys. And so let's take it from here. There's so many questions. I know we have a limited time. I have so many questions. Like, I think it'll take the entire night. But let's just stick to the fact that you.
I didn't really perform last night.
No.
No.
Oh my God! And I was like, did he?
I thought the senior center would give it away.
Okay. So all the guys out there who are seniors, you had good time, I guess. Am I right? Wrong? No? Sarcasm comes from
Don't ask me. I'm not a senior.
All right. You're. Yeah. So people walk up to me and they ask me like, how old are you? I'm like 18 till you are old. So.
Yes.
So. Yeah.
But I do want to come out and do some proper DJing.
You do realize that, you know, that's a lot of people out there, they're gonna hold you for this. Like, he said it that he's coming to India and then you have to perform here.
I'm here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna do it, right?
So here's the deal. You know, we try and dig a lot about the artists on the internet. Mm-hmm. Strangely,
yeah,
you're one of those mysterious guys that we can't dig a lot. So, you know, we need so much information from you. Like, first of all, how did you get into DJing?
I think, well, for me in high school, you know, I loved everyone, like everyone else, loved music, and at the time, it was all about hip hop, right? And I liked DJing. I liked the idea of DJing, and it was just, okay, what do I do? I started buying records and then finding turntables wherever I could get them, and then realizing that I need to get better turntables and a mixer. And once having that, just, okay, what do you do? What do you do with it? So it's a lot of experimentation and trying to figure out how it works. And I think from there things evolve and trying it out.
Were you a producer before, or were you more of a let me spin some records? Were you the
I just tried DJing, you know.
First, and then the production.
Yeah, mixing, scratching, beat juggling. You know, that was like the foundation at that point.
Okay.
Getting better at that, and then. I went to art school where I met Mike, and you know, music was a common love that we had together. There was a band called Zero that was formed, and they asked me to be part of it. There was 3 songs from Zero, and we learned those songs, and we're like, okay, cool, let's make more songs, and we started doing that all together. And then a few years after that, we got a new singer, and then that became a band called Hybrid Theory. And then eventually we started a band called Linkin Park.
Brilliant. So that's why the first album is called Hybrid Theory?
Yep, that's why.
All right. So speaking about music, is there any particular process for you when you work with the boys, like Mike, when you're getting down to making a track? Is it like you guys have a band? Like, what is, because I'm sure there are a lot of bands out there. A lot of bands out there, they want to know what is your, you know, the creative process as to how you go about a song.
Yeah, I mean, we do digital recording, you know, using Pro Tools and all that kind of stuff. So that allows us to work at home and sketch, you know, and start making beats and sounds and song ideas. So we get together and we just share those ideas, and then some of them are just little ideas, some of them are more fleshed out ideas, and then we just talk about the ones that we like the most. And then we just start working, and usually when we make a record, we have about 100 song ideas, sometimes a lot more.
Okay.
And it's all about just just like, you know, with drawing and painting, you gotta sketch before you commit to the painting, you know, and that's how we approach it.
Talking about painting, we read it somewhere that you like directing, and you have been directing most of the.
What does that have to do with painting?
The visual side of things.
It's giving you a hard time.
It's okay. So, you're the big man. I'm the small one. So okay. So the visual side of things, you really love visual art, and you know, as far as direction is concerned, like I mean, it was a huge surprise for me when I was growing up, and finally when the internet was in India, and I found out that hey, this guy's been directing all the music videos, right? This guy's been doing direction here, and the car commercial that you have directed. I think you've done the music as well, the visualization, everything end to end.
Yeah.
So, music and visual art. So, where are you in the middle? Like you do like one particular thing more than the other, because that's what the internet says, at least.
Yeah. Well, I mean, art is a form of communication. It's music is a form of communication. You know, everything has to do with time. You know, music has rhythm and melody. It has a beginning and end of a song, the parts that go within it, but overall trying to convey an emotion, an idea. Similarly with filmmaking, you know, you're communicating other things, but you're still communicating emotions and feeling and storytelling in a more literal sense. And you know, with photography and painting, it's a single image that you're doing a similar thing with, you know. So for me, it's I draw inspiration from all those things, and those are the mediums that I tend to gravitate towards and study, and I think it all influences each other.
You know, if you look at the music video of It's Going Down by the Executioners, right? And I remember I was a kid at that time, but you know, when that music video came out, me and my brother, we are like huge fan of your work, Linkin Park, everyone, and both of us went absolutely mad. And I think it was way ahead of its time. Like if you look at that, it came out in 2011, 2012ish.
I don't remember.
And at that time, I think the technology was also not that easily accessible. You know, if you look at the shots and the way it has been shot, it's really interesting. At that time, things were happening. So, were you like visualizing all this, that okay, I'm gonna make a camera go 360 degree around the DJ, the Executioners, or how do you go about the visual bit? Do you have it in your head? Do you sketch it out? How do you go about it?
It's been a while since I actually even thought about that video, but yeah, I mean, I think it's just the idea of you deal with dimensions. You know, when you look at a piece of paper, you know, a flat piece of art or a photo, it's a two-dimensional representation of life, but life itself is in 3 dimensions, you know. So and with filmmaking, you're able to convey more of that dimensionality, even though you still are dealing with an X and Y axis in 2 dimensions. So I think with that one, it was just it was a play with, you know, what do we do with if we get the other axis going through, and also being able to have a continuous flow.
Yeah, so
you know, so it's all one shot pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Because you know, when Mike is there in the frame and it goes to his t-shirt, and probably you will see it on the screen right now.
Yeah.
So it's going to the t-shirt, then it goes back to the
Yeah.
executioner, then it goes to the guitarist, comes back to you, and it's just
Yeah.
one shot. Though actually it's not one shot, but I think way ahead of its
Yeah.
time. So do you prefer digital? Do you prefer vinyls? What do you prefer as a setup? Like if you are a DJ, that's how you should be going out.
Well, for myself, like foundationally speaking, it's all about vinyl. But you know, the convenience of the digital world makes it possible to travel with a library of music without having to actually carry a library of vinyl around.
Okay.
So you know, the sound of vinyl is superior to an MP3. However, when you're in nightclub, it probably doesn't matter too much because it's just pure loudness anyways. It's not about, it's not so much about fidelity, but you know, there's a lot of expensive equipment in nightclub to make it sound better anyways. But I think, you know, there's pros and cons to everything, but the convenience and the tools offered through digital technology gives you more flexibility. You know, so for me, it's more about having more tools. I think for newer DJs, it's just about, that's just the way it is, right?
Yeah, they were born in,
yeah.
like there's
Yeah.
technology.
And you know, when you look at DJing, it's not just one thing anymore. I think that's where confusion lies.
Yes.
DJing is more of a wide spectrum of music, of electronic music, basically. Not even so much vinyl anymore.
Exactly.
I mean, it is, but like not that many people are showing up for that.
So,
But like, you know, you can have DJs in the more traditional vinyl sense that are using digital, that are still doing a lot of tricks, a lot of scratching, a lot of manipulation of sounds, you know, and those guys are great. And then on the other hand, you can have someone just showing up with a USB stick and just doing song selections that are kind of pre-made. And then you have a lot in between.
as a producer, I'm sure you love sampling stuff, right? Any particular sample that you want to pick up from India, probably?
From
or
India?
if you have heard something, a song which might have heard, like, you know, that's an interesting track.
Like, I think the traditional sounds, like the sitar and, like, you know, the melodies, I mean, I think it's already transcended the world as far as being an influence. So, you know, that's always out there as far as, okay, that's something that could be done. Or even electric guitars, they have ways to emulate that. So, yeah, for me, it's like, you know, it's one thing that I could pull out of my bag of tricks, you know, and I have tried, but, you know, there's a lot of stuff in my hard drive that hasn't been heard yet.
When can we see Mr. Hahn behind the decks with the boys or without the boys in India? Give us some indication. When is that happening? So that's your answer, guys. And I would like to end this interview by saying that, sir, I think
I'll be back.
93.5 Red FM.
9 3.5 बजाते रहो